we're going to move it all the way to December. Alright, commission, say you get about a $500 commission. Again, for dollar value, instead of going here, you can also use the shortcut, and you get randomly, say, $500 every month. You're lucky to have that. And so your total income would be equivalent to salary plus commission of 300 plus. Just click enter, and there you go. I'm going to click drag, and automatically MNC or updates the total income. I'll just highlight this. Okay, let's do the formatting. We'll copy the format. Okay, other dollar sign went off, so just that. Okay, month also. I think this is easier way to do. Okay, now so your monthly expense, now comes the part of expense. So you got your salary. Now what you have to do is just enter the expenses over here. So what I did is I put equal to the cell number, which means it will pull the figure whatever is there in that cell into the cell. When I drag this formula, the value of the column keeps changing, so all adjacent values are pulled up over here, and so you have the total. Here I wouldn't probably do this, because then what happens is if you do any changes value, the bottom value doesn't change. Okay, so instead of that, put the total, that's equal to sum of all the expenses. Okay, and click enter. So that's your total expense for the month. And what is the remaining balance? Balance would be equivalent to your total salary minus your monthly expense. So wow, that's a good saving. Okay, if that number is right, I mean if that number works for you, that is. I'll change the colors and stuff. So what I'll do here is I'll select the same formulas and make sure that it is copied in the rest of the columns, and it's pulled out. Okay, so now you have your balance over here. Okay, let's save this for now. Alright, so we have saved the file by going to file, save as. Okay, I'll just do a little bit of formatting. It's clear for us. Okay, so this is your expenses. If you want, just color it if that will help. Expense, let's put that as red because it's obviously going off your salary. And salary, let's put it as green, which means you have incoming. Yay. Okay, now what's happening over here is every month you're having a balance, but where's this balance going? How do you add that up? So whatever balance comes, it gets carried forward to the next month. So in that case, what you do is you right click over here, insert a column. Okay, and you just mention as carry forward, or you can mention bank balance if you want, or remaining balance. In Jan, obviously we don't know, so let's start with Feb. So in Feb, your remaining balance is equal to the previous month's remaining balance. Enter. Okay, now when you do that, do you see that the value doesn't change? It's still 2,500. Basically it's just calculating the first two, but the third one is not. If you look at the formula again, E2 and E3 is getting calculated, which is E2, E3, but E4, the fourth row, isn't getting calculated. So The best way to do that is either you just put plus the next one, or what you do is click and select auto sum, which adds the total value. The exclamation over here, what does that mean? It basically means the formula in this cell differs from the formulas in the area, in this area of the spreadsheet, meaning this formula is different from the rest. It's basically Excel reminding you that maybe you haven't copied the same formula to the next or to the rest of the cells, and Excel is right. So let's copy that. We're copying the formula, we're copying the formula. Now let's just drag it, and we're getting the error of all. That is strange. Let's do that. Okay, ta-da. Okay, well, in that case what you do is select all the cells, exclamation, ignore error. Yeah, that exclamation is always a bit irritating. Okay, so 2500, this. So here you calculated that your balance should come up. Shouldn't that same thing apply over here? So which is equal to the balance of Feb. Now you know that. Okay, let's do this. Okay, now you see this, it says D21, it says E21, which is the next 21. So it's kind of a series. Okay, so all you have to do is select these two and then drag so that all the previous month's balance gets carried forward, and you get a balance of hash. That's because the value is not fitting in the column. For that, what you do is go all the way to top left hand side, select, and once you move your mouse between the columns, you see how it changes to a square, or actually, yeah, a plus sign. So double click on that left line, left double click, and it gets automatically adjusted. And your remaining balance towards the end of December 21st, December 2021 is $16,000. That's a good sum. Alright, now we are missing on something, which is basically this $1,000. Okay, it should not, I mean, after a while, say you're paying $200 every month. Okay, which means when you click and drag this, okay, you can see over here at the bottom that it says average is $200, 5 columns are selected, and the sum is 1,000. So if you have paid $1,000, these should be 0, because you don't have to pay after you pay $1,000. You close the company now, right? So you can just manually delete it after checking how the value is, like this, and it shows that you have paid $1,000 and you have closed the company loan. So let's look at over here, balance from. So you're looking at what your December balances would be for all these payments, specifically these. What is the remaining towards the end of the year, right? For that, there is a different formula. Okay, instead of you deleting it manually, we can enter a formula to calculate it automatically. Let's get to that. Okay, so this gets a bit complicated when you have to automatically add or deduct the values based on, you know, when you have to have automatically the values updated here based on the remaining. So I've did this formula which applies from the second month only, right? Look at this really carefully, pause the video if you have to, and understand which cell is getting referred to. I'll tell that in one line. Okay, so what the formula does is it checks if the balance